Good morning everyone. I hope all of you are fine. So today let us start with our next topic, that is suspension. Already you learnt about solution. So what is a solution? A solution is having solute and solvent, okay, and the particles of solute are very small. But compared to the particles of solution, the particles of suspension are big enough to see with our naked eyes. Am I clear to you? We can see the particles of suspension. For example, if you consider sand in water, that is a suspension. Chalk powder in water is also suspension. We can easily see the particles of chalk in water or sand in water, okay. And the suspensions are heterogeneous, in which solids are dispersed in liquid. Dispersed means distributed through another phase, okay. So solid particles are distributed through liquid. Am I clear? So some properties of suspensions are: suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. The particles of suspension can be seen with our naked eyes. The particles of suspension are big enough to scatter a beam of light. Okay, it can scatter a beam of light. But the particles of solution cannot scatter a beam of light, because the particles of solution are very small. And the solid particles, since it is big, so can be separated by the process of filtration. But we cannot separate the particles of solution through filtration because the particles are very small. One more thing you have to remember is that if we keep the suspension for some time and if we do not disturb it, what will happen? You will see that the particles will settle down in the bottom of the beaker or somewhere or wherever you will keep it. Am I clear? The particles can settle down in case of suspension. For that reason, suspension is unstable. Okay. And when the particles will settle down, the suspension will break, and after that it cannot scatter light anymore because it is not suspension anymore. Now let us discuss about colloids. So what is a colloid? In case of colloid, there is one dispersed phase and there is one dispersing medium. Dispersed phase will be distributed in the dispersing medium. So the small amount, whatever the solid light particles will be present in small amount, will be dispersed phase, and the large amount or the component in which dispersed phase is suspended will be called as dispersing medium. For example, if you make a colloid of starch, what will happen? We will take colloid as dispersed phase and water as dispersing medium. So colloid will be prepared by using dispersed phase and dispersing medium, and in this case starch will be taken in small amount, so this one is dispersed phase and water will be dispersing medium. Some more examples of colloids are milk, then fog, smoke, etc. Actually, the particles of colloids are little bit bigger than the particles of solution. Okay, colloids are heterogeneous mixture. The size of the colloids are not that much big to see with our naked eyes. We cannot see them with our naked eyes, although it is bigger than the particles of solution, but it is not that much big to see with our naked eyes. Am I clear? Okay. And but the particles of colloids are big enough to scatter a beam of light passing through it. It is big enough to scatter a beam of light. And colloid particles are not that much big to separate by the process of filtration. Okay, we cannot separate it by the process of filtration, and it does not settle down if we keep it undisturbed, so they are stable. So colloids and solutions are stable, but suspension is unstable. Colloids can be separated by a process called centrifugation. What is centrifugation? That we will learn in our next topic. Am I clear? And the scattering of the light by colloid particles is called Tyndall effect. So sometimes question comes, what is a Tyndall effect? Then you have to write that scattering of the light by colloid particles is called Tyndall effect. Okay. Now please take out everyone table number 2.1. In table number 2.1, basically what is given? Examples of colloids are given. So different names of colloids are given on the basis of different properties of dispersed phase and dispersing medium. Okay, for example, emulsion is a colloid, gel is a colloid, aerosol is a colloid, okay, foam is a colloid, solid sol is a colloid, sol is also a colloid. But Different names why it is given? Because their dispersed phase and dispersing medium is not same. Am I clear? So on the basis of the different dispersed phase and dispersing medium, colloids are given different names. So how to define them? If you consider emulsion, you will see that in case of emulsion, both the dispersed phase and dispersing medium is liquid. So how to define it? You will define that emulsion is a colloid in which the dispersed phase and the dispersing medium both are liquid. Am I clear? If you consider a gel, in case of gel, dispersed phase is a liquid but dispersing medium is solid. So how to define it? Gel is a colloid in which the dispersed phase is a liquid and dispersing medium is a solid. Next is aerosol. What is a aerosol? Aerosol is a colloid in which the dispersed phase is liquid or solid and dispersing medium is gas. That means in case of aerosol, dispersing medium will be gas but dispersed phase may be solid or liquid. Is it clear to you? Like this, if people try to define what is foam, what is sol and what is solid sol. Am I clear? So in our next class, we will explain and discuss about separating the components of a mixture. Okay, so today I will not start up to this. Please read nicely. So in next class I will start with this. Am I clear?